Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. I'll be on just a little bit. We got
All
1
righty.
minute, and I'm going to start this webinar. See, I got a couple of things I got to get on here real quick.
Okay.
You better jump on your call. It's 9 o'clock.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I can hear you fine.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Hello, everybody. My name's DeMarr Zimmerman. I'm an independent distributor of Winnemucca's car sales. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before, but that's what we're going to talk about tonight is how do if I live in a place like Winnemucca, Nevada, how would I leverage myself to create $1 million business? Anybody ever been to Winnemucca, Nevada before? No?
No.
It is anybody know anybody from Winnemucca, Nevada? Well, I'm going to tell you how you can find out about Winnemucca, Nevada, because it's such an incredible place to be. I can't hear you. Who says I can't? David, you got to turn your volume up. You got to turn your volume up and then on your computer. David Blood. Can you hear now? Raise your hand or say something in the chat. Got to make sure that this is recorded.
I hear you.
Okay, good. That's a good thing. Just a minute. I'll turn my phone down. Oh, Ryan, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, DeMarr?
Look at your smiling face with your scruff look on your picture. So anyway, yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about leverage, the power of leverage. And since it's one after, those who are late, that's just tough. You're going to have to catch it later because I'm going to go ahead and get going on this and talk about the power of leverage. First of all, this is going to be interactive. If you've got, first let me do some house, just some etiquette. Number one, if you could write over on, I don't know where that is, but somewhere on your screen here, there's a place where you can take and mute yourself. I want you to do that right now.
Hey, DeMarr.
Hi, how you doing? Okay.
Doing great. Doing great.
Huh?
Doing great. Muting up.
I know. Raymond, if we could have everybody, though, I'm going to need everybody to mute themselves. Raymond, do you know how to do that? Okay, great. Now, this is recorded. And so we're going to be able to listen to it over and over again. Not that I want to listen to myself over and over again, but I do love some of these things that I learn, and I like to teach them. Some of these things that I've learned, I've known for quite some time. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't been able to. My wife says I'm talking too loud. Anyway, so that's okay. Anyway, so everybody, I appreciate the, and now I lost my train of thought. Oh, anyway, what I'm talking about is a lot of the things that I have, they've been in my head for a long time. Some of them are cobwebs that I'm just getting out of my head. Some of the things I've learned, I forgot about them, and they're coming back because I'm right in the mode of getting things really, really moving. And one of the things that I've always had a fascination with, and that is leverage. Now, let me tell you a little bit about leverage. I read a book. Anybody know who Archimedes is? Anybody ever heard of him? He was about 2,000 years BC, and not 2,000 years, about 240, I think, years BC. And what it was is there was a lot of shipping going on across the ocean, and they were trying to get cargo all over the place, and a lot of trading going on. And so he came up with the pulleys that you pull, so it's real easy to pull freight and put it on to ships. And in fact, he's called the father of leverage. A lot of people call him that, but it's real interesting how he came up with that. But one of my favorite quotes of all times is the quote Archimedes that he said, "Give me a place to stand and a lever long enough and I can move the world." Leverage is the power that creates all wealth. You cannot create wealth without leverage. Now, let me give you my definition of leverage or wealth. Wealth is when you stop doing something, it continues. So again, some of you have heard me say that. When you want to know how wealthy you are, stop working. And when your money runs out, that's how wealthy you are. And wealthy people that there's been generations of wealth is because they've learned how to leverage their either two things you have to do with wealth. You either have to leverage your time or your money. And those are the only ways you can create wealth is through the leverage of time and money. When we're talking about financial matters, there's other kinds of wealth, like wealth and posterity, wealth and knowledge, wealth and those kinds of things. And those all created through leverage. They're through the leverage of people, books, and studying, and leverage other people's ideas and concepts. And that's how you do that is you leverage the power of it, and that's what creates wealth. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about this concept of leverage and how important it is in your business. Now, I assume that all of you are on here because you want to develop a business and with Banner Season. Is there anybody here that does not want to do that? Raise your hand or over in comments. If you say no, then it's probably not a good webinar for you to be on or a good meeting for you to be on. Now I've got to go the opposite. I got to ask everybody. So over in the chat room, I want everybody to grab the chat. It's down at the bottom, and I want you to acknowledge. So if you don't acknowledge it, I'm going to just cut you off. Okay, real simple. And I want you to acknowledge over in the chat that you're here because you want to create revenue or you want to create income. And if you're not, then don't put it over here, and then I'll just kick you off of here. Okay. So you got to do it. Everybody's got to do it over here. Yes, no, I don't think so. I would rather go fly fishing. That's what somebody said. No, I'm just kidding. They didn't say that. I'm here because I want to create revenue. I want to create huge revenue. I'm just reading here. I'm with you. I want to create wealth. I want to create money. I'm not here for anything. We got to kick that person off. Okay, there you go. You better change that right now or I'm going to have to kick you off. Because this is only for people who want to create leverage or wealth. Now, someone said, I think it was Tony Robbins said this, and there's several other people that have said it too. They said that residual income or success, not residual, success is when you can do what you want to do, when you want to do it, and who you want to do it with. And so okay, we're not going to talk about fly fishing here, Raymond. Okay, so anyway, so that's the power. Tony Robbins said that success is when you can do what you want to do, when you want to do it, and who you want to do it with. Okay, if you've got some background, I appreciate if you just click the mute button. Bo and some of you guys who just came on, please click on your mute. Okay, Lisa, Amy, if you could click on your mute. So anyway, so there's a couple of things here. So in order to be able to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, and who you want to do it with, it usually requires a little bit of money, and it usually requires a couple of things. That is some kind of sustainable income that comes in on a regular basis. And I'm not talking about Social Security. I'm talking about income that's passive or allows you to do what you want to do when you want to do it with. So leverage. Let's get back to leverage. So leverage, let's talk about the 5 different keys and leverage of building your business. And I have a little bit of experience in this area. So I'm going to go ahead and start talking about, yeah, I got a whiteboard here. Does it work? Does anybody know? Can you see it? Oh, well, I'm not going to do that then. Okay, well, I'm going to go over here and get, how do I turn that off now? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. Everybody still on here? Yes. Okay, I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint, and it's just really simple what I've done here. I'm going to talk about these 5 things. And it's really quite simple. I'm going to start with the customers, okay, the leverage of customers. One of the things that Banner Season has done, because they believe it. In fact, I was just listening to a podcast that a good friend of mine has become a good friend of mine through Banner Season. That's Mike Larkin. He's owned a printing business for like 20 years or 40 years or 39 years, something like that. And promotional products, that's what he's been in the industry. And he had me listen to a podcast because it's very similar to what we're talking about. He talked about referrals. Now, referrals is a referral-based business is the only way it can come is through leverage. In other words, you have to leverage your relationships, your customers, your network, your referral that you do business with, your networking events, social media, and all that kind of stuff. But there was a time when we didn't have all the tools that we have now, and there was a time that most of the referrals came from word of mouth, and that was the fundamental way how you did it. Or you'd ask people, hey, do you have any referrals for me? You know, obviously you do a little bit better job than that, but people give referrals to people who they like and trust. So one of the things that you have to do to leverage the power of your customers and to get referrals is you have to make sure that you've got satisfied customers, but it's above and beyond satisfied customers. You need to make them feel like they're $1 million. Now, some of you have heard me talk about this dopamine chemical. Now, I'm not a chemist. I don't know a lot about, the physical body, but I do know this. There's a chemical in our body that it's triggered, and it's addictive chemical. It's responsible for love, relationships, friendships, and addiction. And it's about the emotional state that we go through. And when it kicks in, it causes you to want to do more. And there's many books that have been written on it. But in order for your customers to become a real true leverage powerhouse for you, first of all, you got to provide a good product, but you also have to be able to, they have to like and trust you, and you got to be able to make them feel like they can trust you with their friends and people that they refer you with. And one of the ways to do that is through gifting and being able to do it. Now, the second thing is through your network. A good friend of mine, Harvey McKay, he talks about this. I've been reading about this since I was in my 20s. And he wrote a book, Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive. I'm going to talk about that a lot. I mean, this whole year I'm re-going through his books and studying some of the stuff they taught, because it's prevalent today as it was 20, 30, 40 years ago. But what he talks about is your network is directly related to your net worth. So how strong your network is going to determine. So the more you can leverage your network, the more wealth you'll be able to have. The third thing is the leverage through your referral partners. So one of the things you've heard me say is that I'm not going to go out there and try to recruit people. Whoever fogs the mirror, I'm going to try to do that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to try to find the people who are interested in leveraging and making some money. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it in a way that I want them to come to me, not me go to them. Because nothing worse to me is to try to bug my friends and families and relationships in my network and teach other people to do the same thing, where you got a whole bunch of people when they go to the family party that they're going, oh, don't talk to Uncle DeMarr. He's going to try to get you into that multi-level pyramid scheme or whatever it is. And I want to be really, really clear about this. I love leverage. I love the power of leverage. I love the power of using my network. I love the power of being able to help other people and duplicate myself and use that leverage through other people who want to create revenue streams. I love that leverage. I love that there's programs out there that they make it multi-tiered. That's where the multi-level came from, is multi-levels or multi-tiers or multi-generations that you can make money. But the industry's been prostituted, and it's been manipulated. It's not the same as when it first started, years and years and years and years ago. But there's a lot of people out there that are doing it not really to help people, but to gain themselves, which is okay as long as you don't lose sight of what it really is, the power of leverage and the relationship that goes along with it.
Right.
But I love the multi-tier or network marketing as long as it's done right. And there's so many people that do it wrong. And what they do is they try to find the salespeople. They try to find the people that are going to make them money. You hear it all the time. Oh, all I have to do is get a few people and I'll make all this money. No, it's not about that. And if you have that in your mind about network marketing, you don't understand it, because it's not about going out and getting a whole bunch of people to make you money. It's to find people who are looking, that are like-minded like you, who want to build a revenue stream with the same products that you represent and that you like. And that's what I'm talking about, referral partners. You're not, I learned this a long time ago. I don't go out and try to sponsor everybody. I don't try to do any of that kind of stuff. But there's great power and leverage from finding people who don't have the same network that you do. It's consistently been taught that the average person has about 250 people that they have influence on in some way or another. A guy named Joe Girard found that out. He went to a funeral once, and he saw all the programs. He went to the funeral director and he says, "Hey, how do you know how many programs that you know to print off?" And he goes, "Well, between the viewing and the programs that people want and that they send to people and stuff like that about someone who's passed away." Remember, we didn't have network, the internet stuff. It's about an average of 250 people that people have influence on. And he also found that as with a wedding, it's about the same thing. If you go to a wedding, it works out the same way. There's about 250 on the bride side and about 250 on the groom side that the family knows and stuff. And those are who are invited to the wedding or get invitations. And it's all about that network and leverage of people. Now, if you have just come on, or if you look at your screen, if it doesn't mute your, if you're not muted out, please, please, please click on unmute yourself. Okay. So the power and leverage of referral partners is really important, that you understand that you don't have to build this business that way, but it's a good idea too. Okay. I've got some people that are not muted out. Would you please mute? Or, Casey, would you teach me how to mute?
Yeah. Hey, DeMarr. Guys, Joe Roski, whoever's 5501, Stuart, I just sent you a Facebook message. If you guys can mute yourself, that'd be awesome. DeMarr, for you in the bottom, I think it's the bottom left corner, it should, or in the upper right corner, it'll give you the option to mute all. So if you just click mute all under your host deals.
Yeah, I don't see that.
It looks like let me just check. DeMarr, hang on one second. Let me just do a quick deal because people are chiming in here. So, Amy Tilgman, if you could mute yourself, that would be awesome. It looks like you got pretty much everybody else, DeMarr.
Okay, great.
Muted.
Let me see. Oh, here's where it is. I think I found it. Nope, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to go back to the presentation again, and I'm going to talk a little bit about. Could you guys see my screen when I was doing that? Did you see anything that I was doing?
No, DeMarr, when you want to share your screen, buddy,
Yeah, I know. I forgot to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Just share the screen, and then you'll pick which one you want, and you'll be in the upper right corner for all of us.
Yeah, that's really embarrassing again, but that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. This time you're going to see what I'm talking about. Okay. So here is where I'm talking. Can you all see this now?
Yep, I gotcha.
Okay, let me just get into the slide mode. Okay, so So I was talking about customers leveraging your network, leveraging your referral partners, because it's through the referral partners that's like-minded people that want to do the same, and that will actually accelerate if you want to do it that way. I like leveraging myself. I like to leverage people who do it. I like to teach people how to do that. And when I say, again, when we're talking about leveraging, we're talking about finding people who are like-minded, not coercing, not trying to convince, not trying to persuade, but finding people who want to raise their hand and be involved. And we've made it very easy to do that. And then the leverage of your networking events. One of the things that I learned a long time ago, that every city, every town, every community, they have events. And they're great networking places to go. As anybody live in a small town, if you live in a small town, you have fairs, you have all sorts of different places, and they're great places to reconnect and refine people and find people that are like-minded, that like the same kind of products, that like the same kind of stuff, and they have booths and they have all that kind of stuff. You don't have to go and create a booth and be there standing in a booth to get it or buy a booth. It's just going to events. There's plenty of networking events out there. There's even online networking events that you can go to, that you can learn a lot about the networking process. About 16, 17 years ago, I went to an event that was put on by Merrill Lynch and the Chamber of Commerce in Arizona. I was down there. I was consulting in timeshare on marketing, and I went down there to that event, and I was there, and there was a professional speaker, and he talked a little bit about networking. And the first thing he did is he talked a little bit about how important it is to network. And the first thing he did after he did that was he had everybody turn to the right. And if you turn to the right and you were on the end of a row, then they'd say go to one row back and find that person. But he had everybody introduce themselves and tell a little bit about themselves. And also, he had them, we exchanged business cards, get their birthday, get their address, and talk to them and find out a little bit about what they did. Then he had us go to the left and do the same thing. And then he had us go and to in front of us, and going back of you and in front of you and back of you. He had the first row turned to the back, and then he had the second row stay there. He had the third row turn, and he went. And so what you did is you basically communicated and got 4 people around you that you were able to collect information. And out of that, I probably gave 100 referrals to those people, and 2 of them I'm still connected with today. The other ones I've lost track of them. But just from going to that event, I learned that principle. And I learned on the airplane, your best seat is the aisle. Why? Because you have the 2 people next to you. If you're in a plane that has 3 seats, you have 3 people across. You have the people that's just got more opportunity to talk to people. Now, you don't have to be an idiot, and be weird and try to tell everybody what kind of business you're in and all that kind of stuff. You use those experience to network and get to know people and build relationships, and you can do it in a short period of time. And that's using the powers of networking events. And believe it or not, going to the grocery store is an event. Going to a movie is an event. There's a guy that I met. His name is Clyde Thompson, and I met him at a Crown Burger on 3300 South and State Street in Utah, Salt Lake City. And I met him because he was standing behind me in a line at Crown Burger, and I just asked him a question. And I followed him. And when I met him, he worked for a carrier company. Now he's in the insurance business, and he works for Bear River Insurance. He has an insurance agency. But I met him and I met him because of going to that one event that taught me the power of networking and networking events. So networking events, the leverage of social media. I'm just learning that. I'm not very good at it. but I'm getting better. One of the things that I've learned to do is that I found out, and I found out this not too long ago, that about 80% of all B2B, now I'm in the B2B business, okay? I sell to business people. 80% of all B2B leads that come through social media come through LinkedIn. And I thought that was really interesting. So this whole year I've been working on that. And the last little while I've focused on real estate agents and mortgage brokers and those kinds of industries because they use their phone a lot. And our product really lends itself to the phone. And so I want to find people that use the phone because we have a product that allows us, it's called the Automation Butler. It allows us to take our campaigns and tag them in our phone and just push them out with very little effort. And so anyway, so I decided that about 4 or 5 months ago, I started to do that, and really hard. When I first started the first of the year, I had about, I think it was like 3 or 4, maybe 500 LinkedIn connections. And I thought LinkedIn was really kind of worthless. I didn't think it was much. All I saw it was just a bunch of people go there and connect, and that was pretty much it. Well, I learned something very valuable this year. It's a really, really, really good place for you to find business leads, B2B leads, and people who are interested. And you do that. So I just started connecting with people. I started looking at like real estate and stuff, and I just started saying, click and say, hey, I'd love to connect with you. Now on LinkedIn, you have about 3,000 connections you can leave open at a time, or otherwise they'll just think you're spamming and they'll cut you off. So you have to learn how to do some of that stuff. It's not really hard, but it's kind of fun. You can be sitting watching TV, or I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for this. I love The Voice, and I love American Idol. I know I'm weird that way, but I love music and I love to see people succeed, even though probably it's all fixed and stuff like that. I don't know, but I love to watch it. And so while I'm there, I'll just get on LinkedIn while I'm doing there and just start connecting. And then I learned if I ask them, I tell them that, hey, I'm in a business that helps connect people, and I bring the wow back into their business. I'd like to send them something. I started doing that on social media on LinkedIn, and then I had a guy start helping me with it because I saw how much fun it was, and I didn't have enough time, and so I hired someone to help me do that. And let me tell you what's happened. I've got over 10,000 LinkedIn connections because of that. Well, heck, let me show you. Should I show you? Anybody want to see that? Let me go to my, what do I do here? Let me go to LinkedIn here. Everybody see this? Okay, can you see what it says right there?
Hey, DeMarr.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Case. Hey, so in order to do that, you have to unshare your screen off your PowerPoint and then reshare it back to your desktop where you can go into your LinkedIn, buddy.
I knew that. I was just testing you. I
just wanted you to know that your test was working, and I'm on it.
Okay, good. So now can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to show you something here. It's really cool. So over here, if I just go to my messages over here, I can go, let me just go to some, it's my pleasure. Okay. Okay, look. Okay, now this is confidential stuff. Okay, so here's what I did. Look, what does that say? Who is that guy? Anybody know him? He's a realtor, not realtor. Okay, and he's a rainmaker evidently, and he's with Keller Williams. And what did I write right there? Hope this email, and the reason I put emails because a lot of these people like this that are highly successful, they have their email tied to their LinkedIn. And so what did Kyle do when I sent that to him? Casey, you can answer. What did he do? He joined me. Now, what does this say right there? You can write that down, guys. Just write it down because it's fun. Or take a snapshot of it. What does it say? Thank you for connecting, Kyle. One of the areas that I specialize in is helping to get customers a wow experience with our product. if you're curious what we do, would love to drop something in the mail to you. I know no one sends mail anymore. And if you're not comfortable sending your address, I understand. I gave him a way out, right? What did he do? Now look at this. I get about 3 to 5 of these every day just by doing that. And I only do about 70 of these a day. And a lot of people will connect, and a lot of people won't give their address, and then I'll start some other kind of stuff. I'll just start doing some stuff, and it's starting to pay off big time. So I get these addresses and stuff in here. Well, I hate for you to send anything without knowing what you got, with not being interested. So here's what I did. Well, I hate to say anything without knowing that I'd have any interest or something. So what is she saying? I want more information. So I can give her more information, but I can go through all of these things. And it's gotten so big. Now here's what I want to really show you. Look. Can anybody see how big my network is now on here? How many people do I have? Can you see it right there? Is that a good number, Casey?
Yes, sir. It's a small city.
That's right. And it's going to get more. Now, let me just tell you something. 3 weeks ago, guess how many were there? 9,000, about 1,000 less. So I'm picking up a lot of this because I've started to use this and realized how powerful it is. So why am I bragging? No, I'm trying to help you understand this fundamental need for leverage and learning how to leverage. Now, what I'm starting to do with this, how am I going to use that to leverage? I'm going to start leveraging those people. Once I start saying, say, who do you know that can use this? Who do you know? Some of the most powerful 4-letter words I think in business is, who do you know? Who do you know that could use what I just sent you? Who do you know? All that kind of stuff. So what I've talked to you about tonight, and keep me on, I don't want to get close. I can't see my time. Here, let me just look real quick. I don't want to be more than 45 minutes, so I'll hurry up here. So right here is the power of leverage through these things. Customers. How do we leverage our customers? The only way that we can leverage customers is if we get our customers using the system. The only way that we can leverage our network is start talking to our network and ask them, who do you know? And you can use those kinds of questions that you saw on LinkedIn. Who do you know that would love to wow their customers? Who do you know? I've gone back to the fundamental that got me so many customers over the years. And that is, who do you know that wants to get all the referrals that they can handle? Who do you know that's looking for a strong referral-based business? And then who do you know that would like to help in the process? Who do you know that would do it just because, share it just because they love what you're using? Who do you know that's kind and friendly and loving and likes to share? Who do you know that has a big network that I could show this to? And then going to networking events. Everywhere you go, in my opinion, is a networking event. And being able to start just asking questions. Now, most people may or may not know this, but when I was younger, I came from a family of 7 kids, and I was right in the middle, and we were the family that always got the sub for Santa and that kind of stuff. And so I didn't have a lot of confidence at all. And what I would do is that when someone, I felt that they were a higher social status, I wouldn't look them in the eye. I'd kind of look sideways and stuff. Well, I wanted to quit that about 19, 20 years old, and so I did. And I just decided I was going to talk to everybody I met. And it was really hard at first. It was the scariest thing I ever did, but I did it. Now it's become a habit. Habits predict your future. And so what I did is I started to just do that. Now it's a habit to talk to everybody. In fact, some of my kids don't like going anywhere with me because I take too long. So when I go to the grocery store, it takes me an hour instead of 10 minutes because I talk to everybody. And why do I do that? Because I learn a lot about people, and I learn that, and it helps me remember people if I get to know them just a little bit, even at the store. So everywhere's an event, and in social media, I'm just learning that process, and it's fun because I think I'm doing it the right way, not the wrong way. I'm not trying to recruit everybody. I'm not trying to get everybody to be my customer. I'm giving people a way out, but I'm using the power of the leverage of all the people that are in those particular industries and asking them, if they want to connect, and then tell them a little bit about, and just saying, hey, listen, I'd like to send you something. Very low key. So so those are really, 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 really important principles on the power of leverage, because it's through the leverage that you create wealth. Now, a couple of things that I want to talk a little bit about is about people. They are busy. They are busy. You are, I am. I mean, today I don't have enough month. I don't have enough day. I don't have enough week. I don't have enough year. In fact, at my age, at 60, it's really interesting because days now, a year is like a day to me now. I mean, like a month has gone by already, and it seems like it was an hour ago. And some of you know what I'm talking about. The older you get, time goes faster. I know it's a state of mind, but that's what happens. But one of the things that I've learned is that we live in a busier world, and people won't take the time that they need to, but they all want to do this kind of stuff. They want to be able to get more referrals. They want to be able to leverage their networks. They want to be able to get referral partners. They want to do that, but they don't do it anymore. And they don't do it like they used to, because we've got such a fast-paced society everywhere. Even in small towns, they're fast-paced with what's going on. And so I've learned a little process. Do I have to unshare again, Casey?
If you'd like for us to see your smiling, beautiful face, yes. Right now, we're just seeing your PowerPoint.
Okay, and I want to get off the PowerPoint.
So just go to that bottom corner.
Can you see my screen here? Can you see?
Yep, we're in LinkedIn now with you.
Okay, good. I'm going to go over here and get rid of these faces on the side there. I'm going to go into an account here, and it's an account called Banner Season. Anybody ever heard of that? Now, Banner Season marketing is the way that we make money, is through that. Banner Season's our product line, and I'm going to go ahead and log into an account that I've been starting to work with. Okay, can you see it over here? I'm in Safari now. Can you see it over here?
Yep, we're seeing your Banner Season site, dude.
Okay, so I'm going to log out
Sorry,
here.
I meant boss, not dude. Sorry, I was going to count.
You call me whatever you want, dude.
Don't leave it open like that, my friend.
Okay, I won't. So anyway, so here I go. Okay, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to go into this. I have several Banner Season accounts if you've seen there. Now look at this. This is something that I am so excited about, because I believe that if you can get people to use the power of time. Time is a commodity that we just don't have a lot of. So if you can use Banner Season to make up for the time that you don't have, it becomes very powerful. I'm going to show you that it's called Automator, but really these are just campaigns. So I've started to create some, this is my clean list I'm going to start working on. This is the one where I was dripping on. What I was doing, I was sending these things out to my LinkedIn people that would connect. But this is the one that I'm very, very excited about. See this right here? I'm excited about a campaign that I started about 2006. I went back and saw when I was doing this. I was at well, you've heard the story, probably most of you. I was doing a seminar for a bunch of real estate agents, and I had one of the top 10 money earners in real estate in the state of Utah, and he was at that event, and I knew he was there. And Mark, who was the broker, told me, and he, like a lot of people who make, they're the top, sometimes they can be a little bit sassy, I guess is the word, or confident, or they're not willing to look. They've been successful, and so they just kind of focus on the things that made them successful. And I was showing him, different ways to keep in touch. And he says, "Oh, I got all that covered." And I said, "So, what are you doing?" His name is Matt. I said, "What are you doing, Matt? When you cclose on a house, what are you giving any gifts away or anything like that?" Because I was on the gift. I wanted to teach people how to do gifts and show them how important gifts are. and what it does to people. And so he goes, well, yeah, I send a very expensive gift. And I says, oh, what's that? And he goes, well, I send him a $200 to $500 gift basket, depending at closing, with all sorts of goodies in it. So I fired back at him in kind of in a kind of a bold way. I says, well, why would you want to waste all your money on one shot? I go, don't you want to get all the referrals you can handle? He goes, well, yeah. And I says, well, why don't you just divide it by 10 and just take that money and just spend that much every quarter? Then you spread it out over 2.5 years. And he stopped and paused, and he said, that's a good idea. So how are you going to help me do that? And so I got busy, and I created a campaign very similar to this. And what it was a 10-touch. See, it's right there. It's really simple. I haven't put it in there yet, so I went the wrong place. So what it is it's a 10-touch campaign. And it's basically designed to spend about $200 or $300 over the course of 2 years. And all I did is I just created this. This is the first card. And what I did is I created this. Now this shows what the gift is. So the first gift is, I put the wrong one in there, sorry. That's the wrong gift. It actually is some brownies and stuff. How did I do that, Casey? I did it though. Anyway, I'm going to go to the second gift. What it is, it's basically, I just realized I did that. What it is basically a bunch of cards that talk about and have a gift attached to it that talk about a little bit of something, not much, but it's the gift that I give them. So this one has a $25 gift card from Home Depot. And you see what it says? Can anybody see what it says there? Now that you got the keys, you probably got some things basically do. Here's $25, go take it to Home Depot. Who hasn't bought a house or moved into a house but they haven't gone to Home Depot? Is anybody? No, it's a place that everybody goes to because it's almost in every town and every city and every community. Then here's another one. This is another one. It's just a campaign that goes out, and this talks about, sticking your neck out, basically, going in great lengths, basically, not sticking your neck out, go to great lengths. And look at this one. It's a tape measure. Now, why would you want to send someone a tape measure? I don't know about you, but I never have enough tape measures. So it just allows them to do it. And there's some things that goes along with that. Anyway, I've created this campaign. And why did I create it? This campaign is to go out to teach people how to use campaign or the importance of campaigns. Here's one. I like this one. These are the water bottles. You saw this on the thing. This one has a message like that. And on the inside, it basically has a message on there. And it talks about water bottles or drinkware and how powerful they are. Now, here's something that I learned. I learned it from an article just the other day, in promotional product article. You realize that drinkware gets 1,400 impressions in an average of a year. And they said that if you have their name on, it almost triples because they take up more places. Now think about that for a minute. So these are the campaigns to go and seek after people who want to use campaigns. And what I've done is I've created this, and I've also put it into Word doc for those that aren't getting the automation. Because yes, I know there's some of you that can't afford it. So I'm creating it so that you can take this stuff and let me unshare this. I'm going to show you. I've actually put it into Word documents where you can go and let me pull some up. So you can actually, I can give you these templates or these deals. What did I do, Casey? Here's one. Yeah, I'll show you right here. I've got this all done now, but I'm going to go here and share my screen. And what this does is let's see here. What I've done is now I've taken this so that you see there's the campaign. And then what I've done is I've taken it and I've told you where to put everything. That's not it. Yeah, what did I do? Did I not give you the right ones? I know what I need to do. I'm sorry. It's okay. So if I go to my stuff on my computer, and I go to Here it is. I think it's right here. Could be wrong. Yeah, here it is. Okay, now you're going to see it. Finally. Okay, so I'm going to go and take this right here. So what I've done is I designed it that if you'll go out and start using these, I won't give it to anybody that's not going to use them. And you got to commit, you got to show me. But what I've done is I've taken each one of them. I've taken the images. I've taken the message. I've told you what fonts to use in the system. I build it out, so all you have to do is take these images, load them in there, put the message in there, and you can put it in your campaigns yourself if you want. And if you don't want to use the automation, then that's fine. It's like Casey was saying, he doesn't use his phone very much. He uses the computer. Great. I got it set up so that you can do that. You think that would be helpful? Casey, what do you think about this?
I absolutely love it, actually.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to make it so that I can take all the things that have made me successful over the years, and what I'm doing is I'm making it so that it makes it very easy for you to use them and put them in. Now, I also talked to Justin today. He's got a place where we can put them where he can actually, I give him a list and he can load them in there. Told him it'd take him about a day or so to do that, where I can start loading them in and help people get these. I believe that the campaigns matches the needs of our society today. I believe that, does everybody remember when, can you still see my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
Hey D, it's just trying to catch up. It's you got it like half. I'm not seeing your screen. I'm seeing the grid of everybody.
How about now?
Now we see you.
Now you see it? You see it?
Yes.
Now? Okay. So what I'm trying to do is does everybody remember when email first came out? When it first came out, I think it was, when was that? 2000 and, when was email? Gosh, 2000 something. It wasn't.
Late 90s.
Huh? Late 90s, yeah. Everybody was getting on email. And they, in fact, Casey reminded me that they even made a movie of it, Got Mail. People were going back and forth. Well, I believe that this kind of stuff that we're talking about right now, people are going to do the same thing. I've already experienced it. People who are using this, that are already starting to see results, because we're really starting to develop it. And we're starting to see results. And the average person is using almost 10 times the money right now that that people, can you see that? Can you see what I'm seeing? Yes. So the average people are seeing 10 times, not 10 times, I'm sorry. What would it be if someone's using $60 and they're using about $300? How much is the growth in that? How much is the difference in that? Anybody know? So what I'm trying to say is that the average person in banner season is using about $60, $70 a month. When you kick in the automation and the campaigns and stuff, it's jumping up to about $300 a month. You see the difference? And what's reason is because, and it's not because they want to spend more money, it's because they see how easy it is to do and they're getting results from what they're doing. And so I'm going to be building a lot of these. I have several campaigns that I've created. Let me just show you something here. These are the campaigns on the last one here. It will show you here. I'll show you on this campaign. This is the last one when I'm showing on the drip campaign. I've got these almost all the way built. You know what a 4-season campaign is? Anybody know? There's 4 seasons, and so it's a campaign that has a gift package for each season of the year. And so at business professionals, they'll want to send that out every quarter. And so it's a 4-quarter campaign drip. and you can set it up so that it will go. It could be in eight seasons. It could be 16 seasons. You can set this up because remember, our system, the way it works, is you only pay for when it goes out. So you set this up for 10 years if you want it. And I see people doing that. Birthday campaigns. I have a whole book ebook. It's almost done. It's called Birthday Card, or not Birthday Card, Birthday Package Surprise, and the power of it. And I might change the name because I don't really like the name, but the power of a birthday gift. You realize I found out some statistics that you realize that if you give someone a gift in person and you ship it to them instead and they get it where there's people around, it has more value to that person than if you give it to them in person and only they're around. Because there's other people around them and it makes them feel more important because other people saw that they got that gift. That's why shipping it is probably better than, well, it is better. The 4 season or the 4 holidays. Those are the 4 major holidays, and the Christmas holiday is not one of them. Then I have one that's called the 12 funniest holidays that I'm putting in. I'm putting all of these campaigns that I used to do, and we're going to build them out, and we're going to have campaigns to sell the campaigns. So all of you are going to be able to have that. But let's first start with the first one. And this is going to be available to anybody. I'm going to give this to anybody. That's what I mean by give it to anybody. This campaign, I'm going to give it to anybody who has the automation or has sold the automation. I'm going to put it in your account and set up an automation for you. Now, if you don't have automation, you're not using automation, I'm going to give it to you. You'll have to put it in your account and set it up. And I got all the instructions, but you're going to have to sign up 3 customers. 3 customers that put at least $25 in and use it their first 30 days. Now, what does that mean? You got to help your people get to use the system. They start using it, and then you'll be able to give some campaigns to them. I want to make this like like no other program out there where people can actually make a lot of money. And you can create that leverage in your business. I want you to focus on 2 things right now. And this is my call to action. Okay? Let me go back here. You can't see this, right? I just pulled another thing up. You can't see it, right? I'm going to go share it again. Okay, can you see this now? Okay. I want you to focus on these 5 things this week. I want you to think about all the customers you have on whatever business. And I want you to think about how you can leverage that. How many of your customers have you showed them the automation? How many of them have you sat down and said, listen, I've got to let you send something. How have you looked at your customers? And if you haven't got people that are responding, that means you got the wrong customers. They're not really customers. They're just people that went and took a look. They're tire kickers. I want you to focus on the leverage of your network. Everybody has people in their phone. You've got them in your phone. I got them in your phone. Take the people in your phone and start texting them. I want you to ask them a question. Hey, I don't know about you, but I'm looking for all the referrals that I can handle. Do you know where I can find that? Is turn it around, turn the question to them, and they'll say, no, I haven't got it yet. Well, I think I might have found something if you're interested. Learn that kind of stuff. Get people intrigued. Try things on your network. Say, hey, I got something I want you to take a look at. I think it's going to be valuable. Hey, are you looking for referrals? I got a way to do that. And text. If you don't want to talk to them in person, text. Leverage your phone with those people. Then you've got the leverage the network events. Go look at your local places and look at your grocery store, the people in your neighborhood, the people that are around you and stuff that you can meet and talk to them. They're always going to ask you what you're doing now, and you can talk to them about it. And then leverage your social media. I would get on LinkedIn today. I just showed you some really cool stuff. And if you don't get on and do that, shame on you. I'm just telling you, I'm going to shame you right now. Because that's easy to do. You can do that while you're eating. You can do that while you're sitting down for a break. You can do that while you're watching TV. You can do that. In fact, I would just kind of turn the sound down so you could watch TV, just look at it, and then do this and do this kind of stuff. And then I want you to take that and I want you to wrap all that together. And the second thing I want you to do, I want you to look for the now people. Now, I told you I was only do 45 minutes. I was fibbing. I can't go more than 6 more minutes, but I want to talk to you about the now people. I want you to create some urgency and quit waiting for people to come and join you. I want you to go and reach out to these different areas and build the leverage in your business. I want you to take these things and I want you to find the now people. So every day you set a goal that you're going to show 3 people this. And these are the now people, and you're going to find the people that want to do it now. Put it in your mind. You have to create it in your mind before you can make it happen. The now people. Look for the people that want to do it now. And if they're not ready, you go find some more. But look for people and try to strive to get, first, if you want to start out, just try to get a customer a week that will use the system, not just get them as a customer because they don't count. They're using the system. Then do 2 and then 3 and start working every day to try to build a stronger network, stronger places to find leverage and find the now. So number 1, find the leverage in your business. And number 2, find the now people. Get your mindset that you're looking for the now people. You're not waiting for the people in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Now you're going to drip on them. You're going to use that. And then what I'm going to do is I want you to go to your Facebook or my email, DeMarr at bannerseason.com. And I want you to want these campaigns because they will work. I'm telling you, if you start sending out just the real estate campaign that I showed you, and you send it to 10 people a month or 10 people a week, and you don't give them all the gifts. You do. I've got 2 packages, one with 3 gifts and one without. One costs 14 something, the other one costs 42 something. And that's per person. And if you send those out, I promise you're going to get your money back. If you send 1, you may not. But if you send 10, you will. Because I'm finding out that at the lowest level of competency, about 20% of the people are signing up that want the package. That means if you keep doing that, that means over a short period of time, you'll easily make your money back. Okay, I'm done, guys. Any other questions that anybody has real quick? We got just a minute. Anybody have any questions?
Hey, DeMarr, can I just share a quick story?
You absolutely.
Hey guys, my name is Casey. So 2 things. I got started using a system of sending out cards and gifts that helped me build my rental equipment business back 10 years ago. And it was the thing that took us from number 23 out of 26 to number 3 out of 26 in the whole community in just under 18 months. It was our only form of marketing. And the reality is that 99% of what we did was in automated campaigns that dripped out over time.
Yep.
If you guys want to see, I'm just going to just be real because we only have a couple of minutes left. If you want to see what happens when you use this system and send out blanket campaigns, even when you mess it up, I would just advise you to go scroll through my Facebook page. I sent out about 50 packets of truffles, and I messed the whole thing up. I put Fisk's name instead of first name. I used the wrong font. I forgot to click add a card to the thing, so it literally just sent out packages of truffles with the person's last name in the wrong font. If you want to see how the power of social media works and how it can relate to your business, just go scroll back through my Facebook page for the past week and watch how many people have posted pictures of that, pictures of things that I've sent out. It doesn't really matter what business you're in. If you're building some other business, being able to use an automated campaign building tool like this is phenomenal.
Yep.
Whether you're helping people lose weight, or you're helping people build houses, or you're helping people build an automated system like Banner Season, it is the leverage in the long-term drip campaigns and helping our customers do that for whatever business they're in is nothing literally short of magical what it's going to do for the customer. What it does for you will be secondary and much greater. But the reality is if you help your customer look like the hero to their customers, it's a win-win-win situation. So I just wanted to throw that in. DeMarr, the power of leverage is literally magical. I mean, compounding interest is the 8th wonder of the world. I actually think the 9th wonder of the world is the power of leverage in a tool like Banner Season.
Well, that's how that happens. Compounding happens through leverage. Anyway, guys, we're out of time. Appreciate you being on the call. Thanks, Casey, for your input. Next week, Monday, we have just real quick, we have another one of these. I got a guest coming next week. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but you're going to love it. And then I also have, we have on Wednesday at noon, that one's for customers. And we're going to talk about the wow and how they can build this stuff. And we're going to talk about the other side of the campaigns. We're going to show them how they can use the campaigns to increase and get all the referrals that they want. And this is how we build this business. It's building it through the power of leverage. And I love it. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to help anybody. And you all have my phone number. If you don't, it's easy to get. All you have to do is just ask me, and I'll give it to you on a private message because I don't mind talking to anybody. My phone's on 24/7. I don't answer 24/7, but it's on 24/7. So, but I don't mind helping anybody I possibly can, the best I can. And I'm just trying to build the tools and help you guys get the tools that you need to create all the leverage and all the residual income you can make. We're right at the top of the hour. Thank you, everybody. Have an incredible evening and a great week.
Thanks,
Thank you,
DeMarr.
DeMarr.
Thank you.